Hello, friends, and welcome to the June 2020 Low Ink, featuring 120 teams. Not bad for a dead community, am I right? These teams have gathered once again under the hot Inkopolis summer sun to determine who among them is the freshest of the freshies as far as the lower level of the community is concerned. I am Popgun, and I am joined by Debbie. Debbie, how does it feel to be commentating for the biggest low-level Splatoon tourney of all time?
It's actually quite nuts. Like I said, I'm both quite nervous, but yet very hyped.
Well, good.
Oh, man.
You should be. We're going to be bringing you... I guess I should kind of explain this tournament, because it is a little bit different this time around from years past. This time it is a 2-day tournament, which helps out considering we have so many teams. But the teams have basically been divided into two different Swiss groups, roughly 60 teams in each one. I believe the top 8 teams from each Swiss group will move on to Top Cut, which normally was right after Swiss, but this time around, Top Cut will be on Sunday. And I also believe teams that don't make Top Cut have a possibility to play in a double limb tournament on Sunday as well. So we are going to be giving you just Swiss stuff today. In the first round, we are going to be giving you Bread Gang and Inkvaders.
Two familiar teams people should know. Both Div 6 teams. Should be definitely an interesting set to watch. And Clamblitz Schellendorf is the first map we see. Thoughts on that?
Well, it's a fun map. I mean, it's a fun map, especially if you're a Splatling who has a lot of run speed. Now, Shad for Inkvader. Well, me too.
Yes.
Shad's for Inkvader can definitely pull out a Splatling here. So, I am somewhat familiar with Bread Gang, but they do have a bit of a different roster than what I've used to seeing out of them. So I'm not sure.
Same here. There's a couple members that I don't fully recognize.
But this Inkvader team, they are a low ink veteran team. They have made at least 2 top cuts, if not 3, that I'm aware of. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and get started. Clamblitz at Schellendorf.
Let's see what we got for comps. We got a splatter scope and a remix for the 2 backlines to take care of glass. Also, that ink brush coming out.
Yeah, so we do, and you do see the Nautilus coming out for the side of Bread Gang here. So we see Moon. So the key to this map is who controls the glass up top there. So you're probably going to see both anchor weapons trying to dance it out on top of the glass there, but I think I see the Firefin at the bottom.
The Firefin is guarding the bottom. Moon just get that double there. That is a nice double there as Bread Gang go down too. As they're looking for a way in. Oh, the Junior and the Splatter Scope on the bottom again, even with the Nautilus. It's just they're just trying to guard basket, but Moon's just in there taking them out one by one.
What a lucky time for Spectator Cam to move to a player as Moon is advancing for their entire team, putting the pressure for Bread Gang on their goal. They do have more players alive, Bread Gang does at this current time, so we'll see if they can sustain this defense a little bit longer. However, you see Shads controlling the glass, making a power clam, and that will give the first score.
They are getting that first score. Something I like to point out that was cool is that Moon was on one side, Shad was on the other. They kind of pushed him underneath basket for a nice pincer, and then Shads came out with the Booyah Bomb. It was a good way to clear out Bread Gang and get that first push in.
Yeah, with Clamblitz, you want to be able to score from multiple angles at the same time so that defending teams don't have to just focus on one area. And you're right, with this kind of map, there's not too many different ways you can score from. It's either the roof or through that left side there that we saw Moon go through.
Or just go right through mid if you can clear a good pathway. Here we see an Inkjet coming out. We've got Armor coming out. Using their specials to pick them off, and it looks like Inkvaders goes 2 down here. They have a chance to press in.
in a heavy control of the clan economy for Bread Gang. Here's their opportunity to do a
It's their opportunity.
Prevent the George Crow from jumping out there. So here we go. Can they take a lead right here? They do with that power clam, and they do have a few more clams, as you see Dino able to get a couple of picks here, possibly even more, or at least cause enough of distraction for the lead to go to Bread Gang.
He did get caught up in that 2v1 there, but he did do a great job staying in there for as long as he could.
So we've reached the halfway point. Red Gang holding a slight lead, 48 remaining to 62 remaining. However, they did lose their Nautilus player here, and Zen's having a difficult time getting up top on the glass there and staying comfortable with the remix for Shads with Inkvaders, providing a lot of pressure there. With
I think the splatter scope should definitely be on glass a bit more here, because it definitely can get the advantage on the remix, given the right opportunity, because the charger can be quicker than the Splatling if the Splatling doesn't use the protection correctly. As you they took the Splatling down. The teamwork on the glass there to take the Splatling down.
And 2 players down. They do have 11 clams total gathering up. I don't think they have a power clam for him, but however they do. They just did. And here comes the bomb rush, which is going to help control along with the inkjet. So Bread Gang with a very coordinated attack right here.
The bomb.
And they just get rid of their penalty points and are now starting to do permanent damage. A very nice push, coordinated push by Bread Gang.
Yes, very nice. The specials came out, they got in, they got the clams in, and now they're still continuing to score more points as Inkvaders is slowly getting them down one by one. But as we can see, that Bread Gang is still getting clams in.
Yes,
but R2 down, 3 down now.
They will not get the KO as the wipe comes out. However, with a minute remaining, Inkvaders in a deep hole here. However, it only takes about 1 push to erase all of those penalty points. I don't know where clams spawn, but I think most clams do spawn somewhat near basket. So all they have to do is find a way to open up the basket and keep players dead on the Bread Gang side, so that they can find time to gather up all those other.
You find majority of the clams on the wings or in the middle, which making a glass push is tougher that way.
But look, they already have 34 clams built up.
Holy smokes, 3 power clams.
So wait, do they already have enough clams to take?
Inkvaders also has 3 specials at the get-go here.
Yeah, Inkvaders.
So this could be interesting in the next few seconds.
Honestly, it's just going to come down to who can get this first kill in the Steadman here. And it is the Bread Gang taking down Shads on the remix. So even though these specials are coming out here, they are at a man disadvantage in the Forge going out. However, 2 players going down for the side of Bread Gang, but with Shad's last one alive, and you set is in mid, so they won't be able to get any more clams in. So Bread Gang takes this game 1 of this play all 3 series.
Inkvaders definitely had the right setup at the end there, ready to go. The one thing with the 3 power clams is that it does give away the locations. So maybe juggling one of the clams to help get a second person in there unnoticed to get those specials off might have helped them. But wow, they had everything set up at the end, but Bread Gang managed to get that 1 pick off that they needed and continued to get them as the specials came in. Nice defense by Bread Gang.
Yeah, Inkvaders had their opportunity there. I mean, it's being in that deep of a hole with only 1 push remaining as far as time is concerned is difficult to come out of regardless. But
it was a great game overall. Like Inkvaders had that great first push. Bread Gang came in with the specials. You're seeing all good stuff all around.
Yeah, I think we only saw 1 bomb rush come out of the fire fin for Bread Gang, but it came at a perfect time with a combination of another inkjet. So even though the special total might have been low, the specials were used at the optimal time for Bread Gang. So we 1 player is left for Inkvaders. I don't know if they're going to be subbing or maybe just connection issues because it's Splatoon and Nintendo, but whatever. But the second game will be Splat Zones at Wahoo. And once again, this is a play all 3. So even if Bread Gang wins this next one, we will be playing a game 3. And
It's nice to see all three, because you can always get some great games out of all three. Because sometimes if you feel like if it's just best of, you might miss a bunch of action that could happen in a third. All that fun stuff.
Well, and then since there's 120 teams in this tournament, you need some way to distinguish who the top 16 are. So every game matters, even if you go down 0-2. But and Inkvaders did trade out a player. Chigger has come in instead of I believe it was Dan something. So
the junior from Clams. Zones Wahoo.
Zones Wahoo is it's a good. I think the Splatoon community as a whole accepts this as a good, balanced-ish competitive map. It's good for Booyah. It's good for Splashdown. It's really fun for E-leaders. But for this map in particular, the one thing that sets it apart from the other modes is that bridge at Plat stays open the whole time. You don't have to I would like to go to mid here, but I got to wait for this bridge to open up at like 4 minutes and 20 seconds or whatever. But
I'm curious to see what comps we're going to see, because you can work with pretty much anything, to be honest, in my opinion. Just as long as you play as I'm going to put it, as long as you play your cards right.
And Bread Gang rated up really quickly, so they seem pretty confident in what they wanted to do. I mean, we'll see what the substitution will do for Inkvaders. You know, it's nice having a roster with several people for a tournament, because you can kind of maximize your players based on maps and modes that you want.
There's that E-leader coming out, scoped E-leader, and we see that Bread Gang's comp is pretty much the same. They just have the Firefin, the Nautilus, the Junior, the K-Shot, all good stuff.
Yeah, K-Shot instead of oh wait, no, they just had it into
There's a 1-1 right now, down for each team.
And the sub for Inkvaders coming out with the mini Splatling here of Burst Bomb and Tintin Missiles. So
nice pick.
This we see Shads abusing the range of the E-leader on this map.
Yep. Almost got a little too close there. Getting those mines out. And just blocking that right-hand side, so when whoever comes up, you can just see the peek up and boom, headshot. But Shad's popping off right now.
Shad's dominating once again, using the scoped E-leader, the longest range weapon in the game, and is able to land their shots. And that's coming up huge for Inkvaders in this opening minute here, as they've already dipped below 50 points remaining for the zone.
Bread Gang did come in there with a couple specials, almost capped the zone, but was just a bit short in taking it there. We see a flank coming up from the right-hand side, but Shads gets that pick off again!
Yeah, the spectator cam loving the players that are making huge plays so far in this tournament. That's working out well for us.
Luna coming in.
Yeah, we didn't get to see much of the brush in the last game. So we couldn't really see how effective they were being here, but now you see Luna in a good position, holding down control of this bunker, or the Plat here. And I don't know when the last time Luna's killed somebody. It
was when they did that 2 on Shads there. Shads had to jump out, Luna came in to help defend.
Control of the zone staying with the Inkvaders right here. I kind of mentioned that because a lot of teams don't really realize when you kill somebody that in solo queue it doesn't matter, but in a game like this, now everybody on the Bread Gang side knows where Moon is.
Yes, and you could see all 3 of them were down in court there, so like Moon could pick it up, anyone from Inkvaders could see they were all down on the bottom, so they had to prep to cancel their ways in, and that's exactly what happened. They just held the zone, they didn't let them get back up either direction, and just dominated.
Inkvaders, after losing the first game, makes a substitution and gets them the win in game 2, which will force a decisive game 3. Very nice plays there by Shads with the E-leader there. So
Mm-hmm. And the nice brush save there when Bread Gang did go try to do a 2v1 on Shads there. You saw the brush come in to help save, then come back out. They managed to keep the zone for themselves, and then Luna had that nice shark on the right-hand side to help get the inkjet. That was a nice job of keeping patient there, just sharking. It was great.
So the decisive game 3 is going to be Rainmaker at the Reef, a map that isn't traditionally kind to anchor weapons. However, with the mode that almost begs for Stingray, I think we'll see some vanilla splat chargers coming out here.
Yeah, you can definitely see Stingray coming out. There's Booyah Bombs as well. Can also be seen for this. Possibly more junior play with the splat bombs, just depending on which way they go, because you've got quite a few options for paths to go on the reef. You can go closed, you can go over bridge, you can go the long way. Definitely a lot of different paths would be getting it up over to their plat from bridge or the ramp and stuff like that. It would definitely require a lot of good coordination, getting those picks. But yeah.
Inkvaders keeping the same roster they had in the last game. Not going to bring in a sub for this. And both teams are readied up, so we're going to go ahead and get started.
Game 3, Rainmaker Reef. Who is going to take set 1? Oh, there's no backline. No backline. There is a sploosh.
Somebody
Hammers
tweeted
away.
yesterday.
Hammers away.
Somebody tweeted yesterday. Are all backliners just dropping for Sploosh 7 when it comes to Rainmaker? And we're seeing it right here. So
we're seeing it right here. Oh, that bomb gets that pick on the Nautilus there. First splat.
That's also a custom junior.
It is a custom junior.
That's an interesting pick. Obviously, trying to do some rain spam on the side of Bread Gang here. We do see more of a traditional comp coming out from the side of Inkvaders right now, who do grab the Rainmaker early in.
They took that opportunity.
Well, yes. There was a chance there to make kind of a mad dash for a big lead, but it does get stuffed out by Dino here with the custom junior, who is now pushing up with Hammer in tow, and they're making a huge lead in this first minute here. And honestly, on this map and mode, that's a lead that you could win with.
It definitely is, because look at how far up they got off that ramp part, that uninkable part. Getting up that is the hardest because you have to run up it. So that could be a winning push right there, but it all depends on what the Inkvaders has to bring. We still got a lot of time left to go. Anything can happen.
All it takes is one good 10 minutes from Inkvaders, and this game is over. Rainmaker just be like
They've
that.
already got 2 down.
They do have 2 down. They haven't used Booyah or Inkjet yet, but the Inkjet popping for the side of Bread Game and getting a nice direct there, shutting down what could have been a pretty good push by the Inkvaders. So once again, the zone, or the control of the Rainmaker is going to stay in mid, and we've reached another neutral ground here.
Here we saw Zen go up the column to try and get a flank off on the 2 in court there, but they ended up failing to do so.
But 2 players down once again for Bread Gang, and the Stingray coming out. The Rainmaker isn't going to get picked up though, and that's going to reset the shield. So now the Inkvaders have to waste a little bit more time popping the shield and allowing Bread Gang to respawn.
Look at this bomb control though, just chucking bombs on bridge, causing them to just like wait and hold back to get for Bread Gang to set back up. And the missiles come out as well, causing a lot of pressure on the Rainmaker, and the missiles do get the Rainmaker.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of chicken bombs come out though. Normally, with a custom junior, you see a double chicken bomb build, but we haven't seen too many of those get thrown at this point. It's mostly been splat bombs from the Sploosh 7 as another big
Here comes
push
the hammer. Ooh, it's
Bread
just
Gang.
a hammer left. Nice shutdown by Inkvaders.
And Bread Gang able to add 2 more points to the lead. With Rainmaker, if you're losing, it doesn't matter what your score is, because there's no penalty points or checkpoints or anything.
Oh, there's the double chicken bomb.
Oh, there it goes. A little mini chicken bomb rush coming out.
Oh, we see the ink.
Trying to get a nice pick here, but however, they're the last one alive, and as soon as they land here, will get picked off. A swarm of Bread Gang members collapsing on that inkjet. So with about a minute 40 left to go here, Bread Gang once again in control and have a lot of map control in mid here.
They do. They've got two quite really good painting weapons on their side, which are allowing them to take back map control when they need it, which is really working in their favor right now.
Shad's the longest ranged weapon in this game right now.
Ooh.
Might be having issues getting comfortable with this more aggressive comp that Bread Gang is pulling out here.
Oh, they go three down for Bread Gang. There's still two alive on Inkvaders.
The last one is the Chicken Man holding down thing, just chucking bombs and holding down control of the stuff there as Luna's trying to flush them out with the Octo shot here.
Like, look at all these bombs. The bombs are like absolutely like fantastic on this map. Just like preventing the Rainmaker to move forward even when you're like two down.
Yeah, Bread Gang realizes that if they get wiped, they're going to lose their lead very quickly. So they're being very patient here, being very passive, making sure at least somebody stays alive. But they're getting the picks that they need to get right now, and with only less than 30 seconds left to go, Inkvader's going to need to find a way to get a wipe here, basically to give them enough time to run up the uninkable ramp.
Moon's going to try and get a pick here over the wall, but again, isn't able to do so, gets picked off just as they go down off the wall.
And time is running out. Bread Gang's not going to let them pop it. Yeah, they're purposely keeping it on their side of the color. Inkvaders had to pick it up to force overtime since they were the last ones to touch it. So Bread Gang with a very nice set win, 2-1 over the fellow Div 6 team. Nice set back and forth by both teams there.
Both teams did quite well. It was a great first set to watch. 8 rains!
Well, if you're going to use Custom Junior, you need to pull off stuff.
And
like
I mean,
that.
it worked. You saw rain come out most of the time once Inkvaders was trying to get that push over bridge when Bread Gang was down. The rain and the bombs is what slowed them down, so they could just reform and continue to defend as well as they were defending.
You know, with Bread Gang, you got to feel good about that win. A lot of times with Rainmaker, you just have to do one good push. But with Bread Gang's case, they got 2 really good pushes starting from mid. So as far as the rest of the tournament goes, that's a good opening set for Bread Gang. And obviously Inkvaders, even though they lost the set, have taken 1 game off. And if they play good from here on out, also have an opportunity to get into top cut. So we are going to take a... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I said it's always nice to not go 3 down. Even just taking a game off, it still feels nice. Even if you don't win the set, it's still nice to go into the next one knowing like, hey, took a thing, let's keep going.
And we are not going to take a thing and keep going. We're going to take a break. And we're going to be back to come back to a few with round 2. You are watching the June Low Ink.